Welcome to another edition of Hertz Library Life. Today, we're going to be blogging about Miss Daisy is Crazy, the first book in the Weird School edition by Dan Gutman. In this book, AJ is a student in second grade and he's in Miss Daisy's class, and boy is she stupid. She can't add, she can't subtract, she can't even read. But the students, they really like Miss Daisy, so they help her by explaining to her what is adding, what is subtracting, how to read, and what words end with EAD, so on and so forth. Well, during the book, the kids get a great idea of buying the school and turning it into an arcade. Well, they talk with the principal, and the principal makes a deal with them that if they read 1,000,000 pages of books, that they can turn it into an arcade for the day. So the students are fast at work, reading the pages, and they even built a big thermometer to gauge how far and how many books they read. Well, during this time, the students sit around with crazy Miss Daisy, and they're talking about what they want to be when they grow up. Well, one student wants to be a veterinarian, another student wants to be a teacher, but AJ, he wants to be a football player. And he says, I want to be a football player because he doesn't have to read, and all football players are dumb. Well, after the students read the 1,000,000 pages and they turn the school into an arcade, they have a special guest on that day, Boomer, who is the quarterback of AJ's favorite football team. Well, as they're talking with Boomer, crazy Miss Daisy yells out, I heard all football players are dumb. Well, AJ kind of feels a little bad, but Boomer goes on to explain that to be a football player you have to be really smart and go to college, and that after football he plans on going back and being a doctor, which has a positive effect on AJ, who all of a sudden wants to play football and be a doctor too. The book has a lot of crazy twists and turns, but at the end, all the students love crazy Miss Daisy, and they promise not to tell the principal that she can't read, write, multiply, subtract, add, or divide, or do things that most second graders can do. But AJ promises Miss Daisy that by the end of the year, he's going to teach her everything she needs to know so she can be smart as a second grader. This is a great book. I found it a real fun read. It is a book part of a series, which is the great thing about series and using this in the library is that students can get used to a writing style. They get used to a reading style. So that way you can help build fluency by getting kids to read books by the same author in the series. It also grows a fondness for reading because if you love the first book, you're going to find the second. If you love the second, you're going to find the third. And that kind of grows into an addiction. I'm Mr. Hurt. This is Miss Daisy is Crazy by Dan Gutman and Hertz Library Life. Thank you for listening.